Second file, second attempt. Today we're going to be covering another royal in the family of the butterflies. That royal being Jushtin Butterfly, nicknamed the Boy Prince, nicknamed the Uncalculated. Jushtin is a classic case of the oldest sibling being passed over for the youngest sibling. This is mainly due to the fact that Jushtin is, of course, a boy, and that the Butterfly Kingdom runs on a matriarchal absolute monarchy, meaning that the female child is always selected as the heir apparent, and the boys are not. That being said, Jushtin himself has an EMA level of 3. This is because he never truly mastered magic or had no interest in mastering magic. That being said, he had a humongous potential in magic, to a degree that is quite frightening, and that if he had actually bothered to practice and learn, he may have become a very dangerous individual. However, that is not what happened. Jushtin instead embraced the fame and public identity of being the heir apparent of the butterfly family. We should move on from here. Jushtin's wand is a very interesting case. You see, the wand is a cane, unlike the normal short wands that most of the queens have used in the past. It is instead a very long cane that meets up to about 3 feet long, matching Jushtin's height of 6 feet tall. And the cane, of course, is topped with a living alligator head of all things. This is interesting because the alligator head can actually speak and respond back to its owner. And it also has a tendency of biting people, strangely enough. But the most fascinating bit is that no queen before or after has ever had something like this. None of them had the ability to animate their wand and make it talk and respond back to them. Which also lends credence to Jushtin's ability in magic. If he had actually invested more time in learning and studying and growing as an individual, as a magic user, he would have been a force to be reckoned with. I mean, can you imagine? Being able to create life from literally nothingness, even if it's a conduit to the realm of magic, this is still quite impressive. However, we're getting off track and we should move on. Moving on, we have his 1 year of being the heir apparent of Muni. This is, of course, after his 14th birthday, in which all all royal family members receive the magic wand that are the heir apparent. During this 1 year time, Jushtin spent it mainly trying to turn Muni into a tourist trap, trying to get people from all across the universe to visit Muni. That being said, he went about it by trying to create a boy band, more or less, using his other friends and other princes to essentially attract other people from across the universe to visit. In doing so, he shirked many of his responsibilities and many of his classes that he needed to attend as a prince. Of course, that goes without being said that he often mishandled the wand and the spellbook, often leaving them in places that he shouldn't. His mother, at one time, found the spellbook and the magic wand in the castle's dung pile, of all things, showing the level of disregard Jushtin actually had towards his actual belongings. However, eventually, poor old Jushtin got passed over for his little sister, Solaria, after his mother announced that she was pregnant with the girl. You can't help feel sorry for the poor boy. He had literally everything in the world and then lost it all. Mainly due to his own faults and cruelty of fate. That being said, Jushtin is, comparatively to his little sister, a far better ruler and a far better leader. Jushtin was charismatic, he was kind, he was friendly, he always tried to find a peaceful resolution to his problems. His sister, however, well, in the next file I'll cover, and let's just say she is a special kind of crazy. And when I say crazy, I'm putting it very mildly. Now then, on to the personal thoughts I have on Jushtin. Jushtin himself is, again, like I said before, not necessarily a bad person. A very prideful person, maybe, and arrogant, and perhaps a little spoiled, but overall, he was pretty much a decent person who often tried to find, I wouldn't say diplomatic, but he would try to find a way to charm his way out of his problems. That being said, I don't really think he would have been a good leader. He was very spoiled, he was very arrogant, and very lazy, as you can tell from how he treated his own belongings. Sure, he was a very intelligent young man who had a very good gift and knack for mathematics, but he was not really a king material when you think about it. He was more invested in the life of being the prince and not actually being the ruler. He enjoyed one half of the equation and not the other. Sorta kinda fitting, though, that later on in his life that he became a diplomatic envoy. This I'll touch on a little bit more in his little sister's file, which is coming up next, which is more or less I should talk about right here and now. You see, Jushtin, even though he wouldn't have been a good king or a great one even, he would have still been a better option in comparison to his little sister, who, by all rights and in all cases, was a deluded psychopath who cared very little about what she did and what she destroyed. That being said, that's a story for another time, as I'm going to cut the file here short. It's dragged on long enough, and I bought more time than I should have. That being said, this has been Joe Ratman, Detective, signing off. Good night.